What's up, besties? Good morning. Hi, guys. How's it going? Um, wow. Hi, besties. Thank you for waiting. Oh my God, you guys. Thank you so much. It's hella windy outside. I don't even know what's going on. Is my microphone on? I don't know. I think it is though. I always leave my laptop on mute and then I just never know if it's working. I hope it is working because I see the volume thing going. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It is so cold. It is so cold. I feel like the back to school weather, it's a few days early, which is not okay. So windy outside. It's not even funny. Um, I'm also trying to make myself a cup of tea. Hi, Lucia. Good evening. Where are you watching from? I'm trying to make myself tea because homegirl is hungry. I haven't eaten anything since I woke up today. And it's actually been a terrible habit of mine. Like, I'm not eating all that well. Hold on. Actually, I can just bring you guys with me. I can't just bring you guys along. I forget. Oh my God, Vajana. Jesus, calm down. Okay. The only problem is I don't know where I'm gonna put this now. Let's do this. Am I gonna put a chair on top of the table? Yes, I am. Sweet Magnolia, we are at work. Oh, I love work. I'm also at work, believe me. I'm also at work. Oh, hi, Aisha. Oh my God. Hi, friend. Your teapot actually sings a tune. Yeah, it is so dramatic. Like, it's literally like, oh, I'm going to blow up. I'm boiling. It's a whole situation. Where's my favorite teacup? Actually, let's do this one. I'm going to use this one. Not today. I peopled yesterday. I didn't people yesterday, but still not today. No. No. I actually, fun fact, I have not left the house in 7 days. 7 days straight, and I've never been outside the house. In fact, I had an argument with Daisy day before yesterday. Was it yesterday? Maybe yesterday. I don't remember. Yeah, things are blurring into each other because I'm literally at home all the time working. So I locked the door and I went to go take a shower. And you guys know how I feel about taking a shower when you're home alone. So much can happen. Literally, like, it's the most vulnerable you could be when you're home alone with regards to, murder and stuff. Anyway, so I locked the door, I went to go take a shower. I'm assuming he has the key. But also, I assumed he would call me. He always calls me when he leaves work, like I'm on the way home, and I'm like, great. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I still have time. Let me go take a shower. I'm in the shower, and my phone just won't stop ringing. And mind you, I was playing a little bit of music. And so every time the phone rings, my music stops. So now I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, what could be so important that you have to call me 1,000,001 times? Turns out home guy is by the door. He wants me to open. I'm just like, are you serious? Like, why don't you just take the key with? And he's like, lock you inside the house. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Hey, bestie. Bana ba kae? Go monate yang? Go monate tle. Yo, go monate, bestie. I won't lie. Go monate. Bana ba ko grandma. Go monate, but they're coming back in 2 days. So I'm literally making the most of it. I just did my makeup for the heck of it. I have nowhere to go. Literally nowhere to go. And I was just like, let's put on makeup. I'm not good at makeup, but I was like, let's just put on makeup. Plug on the sweater. You guys know where this is from. You already know. It's part of the haul that I never did show you guys. Remember that horrible clothing haul I showed you guys? This is part 2 of that order. It's from China. Dizzy gets so offended every time I'm like, China. He's like, everything is from China. I'm like, yeah, but this one came specifically from China. Like, I didn't order it through H&M or like Zara or like Woolworths. It came from China. So yeah, let's see. Lucia says New Zealand is so cold. I want to scream. Girl, I don't know how you do that. I really don't know how you guys survive. I always say South African winters are the worst. But then everybody who comes from overseas is always like, no, South African winter is like summer. So I don't know how you guys survive all of that. I need me some tea. And then we're going to get into the juicy stuff. I know. You guys get this. I'm plugging myself completely here. Yesterday, my husband came home craving chicken burgers. So I thought, I'm going to make it from scratch. And I did. I literally made burger buns from scratch, and they were so good. And I made them the way I like it. I always have an issue with like tiny burger buns, and like your chicken is overflowing on the sides and things are just falling apart. It always annoys me so much, even though I will almost always order a burger when I go to a restaurant, but I always have that beef with the burger bun. So I made it myself, and I made it big, and it was huge, and it was delicious. Oh my God, it was so good. And I made it from scratch. I was so proud. So proud. So, anyway, let's go sit down and talk about stuff. Hey, bestie. Mafusi says, your hair care routine, please. Yo! I'm sure Aisha is rolling in bed laughing right now, hearing me talk about hair because. Yeah. Burger buns from scratch? Yes, friend, I did. I was that wife. Okay. I need to focus. I'm all over the show. Hold on. This is what I want to do. I bought these tiny little polo cups, teacups, but when I tell you that they are not, like, you never have enough tea out of this. This is so tiny and cute and visually pleasing, but not fit for purpose at all. Okay. Num num. Nara Matthias, yes. I thought you would catch on. Yes. You are my person. You knew exactly where I was going with that. I love it. I love it for us. I love it. Nyoko say, hey bestie, from Mafikeng Love You Lot. Hey bestie. Oh my gosh, where in Mafikeng are you? I'm gonna be coming there soon. Okay, I need to stay focused, There's actually a goal. But before we get there, let me plug you guys on something incredible. I got this PR drop the other day. And when I tell you that it smells like summer, oh my God. I have it on right now. It smells expensive and like summer. Look, oh my God. Mercedes-Benz has come up with a perfume. I think they're kind of sort of bored. They know that everybody's going into your Haval in them, so they're trying to find a different market, I guess. It literally smells like summer and so expensive. Every time I put it on, I say to Dizzy, I smell expensive. You better recognize. Okay. Aisha says, why am I shading myself? Oh, friend. Mapula says, oh, bestie, my friend just had a child. Can I have toys gift away to gift her? Oh, you want me to give you toys? Yeah, oh my God, but the toys we have now won't be age appropriate for a newborn because all the newborn toys were already donated. But hit me up on Instagram. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see. I could sit here and drink tea all day. Let's see if there's another comment. Non-Demisa says, face card never declines, bestie. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Because Lord knows I suck at makeup, you guys. Every day, I don't know if you guys have noticed, every single time I do makeup, my makeup looks different. Like it never looks the same as the time before. And that's because I wing it every time. I surprise myself every time. Oh. Gazipini says, "You look so beautiful, sis Olerato. Your makeup is always on point. There's a beautiful change with your hair. I love you so much." From Eastern Cape. Oh, I love you too. I love you so much. Also, we're going to be coming to Eastern Cape soon. Oh my gosh, the hearts. Thank you. Which reminds me, the other day I was doing an Instagram live with the kids when we're doing this part 2 of the clothing haul. And obviously, the kids begged all our besties to give them hearts so we can have KFC for dinner, which we did. But then every day, Rilla asks me to do a live every single day. So before we get onto the juicy questions, I know you guys are probably dying for me to answer the questions. I will. Look at me. I left the chair behind. Why am I so ghetto? Also, why is this thing like when I point like this in real life, like where I am? This is so confusing. This chair is on my left. It is, right? I don't know. Let me move it because it's gonna bother me the whole time. It was my stand there for a second. Let's see. I'm gonna try to call the kids so you guys can see them. I know you besties love me, but I know you love the kids more. Ooh, they already tried calling me. Eek. My mom messaged me at 9, 9:30, saying, am I still sleeping? I was in the shower fighting for my life, washing my hair. Let's see if they're gonna pick up. First thing my mom is gonna say is, where am I going? Every time I put on makeup, she's like, I'm going somewhere. Hello? Did you guys hear that? I'm literally doing a YouTube live. Look, guys, say hi. And ke fetsa go ba bolelela ke re ya gore wa re ba phone mo re ke ya kae. Because guys, that's grandma.
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I just woke up.
You just woke up and titivating yourself.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Ooh, everybody's like, hi, grandma. The way the besties love you guys more than they love me, but I was here first. I don't get it. But everybody's like, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Gamu. Oh, look. Say hi to the besties.
Guys, besties, how are you like going nails, guys? It is getting slay.
She has done her nails. Let me try to see if I can increase the volume. She has done her nails and yeah. Look. They're matching with grandma. Yep. Where's Rila Nola? Go busy, man. Go busy. Go very busy.
Remember now I'm scared of James.
They're scared of James.
Yes.
Really?
Because
What happened?
Because every time James is like sitting on there by the stairs,
Yeah.
really, I'm always like, what's up?
Okay, listen. You guys need to give James that one pill. Sorry, guys, I'm here. I promise. Give James money. Kopa le fe James pilisi ele ne. I can really thought. Not the dog food. Grandma will know what I'm talking about. Really, come close. I want to show you something. The besties are giving you hearts. Remember the hearts thing? Besties, please give him hearts. Help me collect some points here. Are you falling? Look at him fighting for his life, trying to help when grandma's bad. Look at the hearts. Can you see them? Here. Can you see them?
I can see them.
You can see them. Show him. I don't know. I don't think he knows where to look.
I see them.
Yeah, they're for you.
Mama?
Huh?
What if James dies after the
James is not gonna die, boo. Where's Nala? Where's Nala, guys? I just wanted to say hi, so you can say hi to the besties.
You have porridge. No.
But Nala's eating porridge.
Yeah.
The best, yeah.
When can we feed James?
We're gonna feed James soon. Where's Nolly North? The besties want to see Nolo, and then I have to go. Okay. Madibella says, hi, bestie. Yes, we love you, and we love the kids. That love. I feel attacked. I feel attacked. Everybody's loving you guys. What about me? Yeah. Look at the hearts.
Yeah.
Where's Bonolo?
Mama, got a question.
Okay.
So,
every time she says, I got a question, it's about to get juicy. Yes? What's the question?
So, when we come back, when you pick us up, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe the next day, can you take us to the shops?
You want to get the hamster?
And skincare.
And skincare. Oh, wait. Were you talking about... Oh, hi, baby. Were you talking about the hamster or skincare?
Both.
Okay. We'll see. Hi, Lola. Grandma is... You guys don't see this, but Grandma is busy fixing Bonolo up because she does not want Bonolo to be seen on the internet with, like, food face. Meanwhile, I'm always like, they got food face. It is what it is.
Mama.
Hi. Say hi to the besties. Oh. Do you see the hearts? They're giving you guys hearts. I don't know how to do this. What are you eating?
Mama?
Yeah?
I got a scratch.
You got a scratch? What happened?
Maybe I just fell down.
Maybe.
Mama?
You're not sure if you fell down?
Last night. Oh, no. Yesterday afternoon.
What happened yesterday afternoon?
James did something cute.
What did James do?
So normally James is always barking. So I was chilling in Grandma's bedroom watching TV, and then all of a sudden I checked if James was okay, and then I find him sitting by the gate just watching.
Aw, James is a cutie patootie. All right, guys, I gotta go. The besties are waiting for me here.
Bye.
Nolly now.
Oh, I see you're wearing your mama thing. You're wearing your mama.
I am wearing my mama thing. Mama. Even though no. Oh, let's go. But wait, you know, guys, you know what? I can't hold it. But you can't be like you want.
Where are you going?
Nolly Nels, what are you eating? What are you eating? She's so cute. Look at that.
My belly.
Oh, you're eating my belly? Oh man, I'm so jealous.
Sam.
All right, love you. Bye.
Sam.
All right, so those are the kids. I know you guys always be on some. We love you, but we love the kids more. I get it. I was here first, but okay. Oh, Unke also says, if you see this message, please say hi, Iviwe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Iviwe. Hi. He will be so happy. Hi. I hope you are happy. I'm happy. Oh my God, she looks stunning. On point. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's get to the juicy part. I actually haven't even looked at the questions that I had asked you guys to send because I knew that if I looked at them, they would give me proper anxiety and I would overthink. You guys have no idea how hard I overthink things. And so I figured, let me just not do this. And I've been actively ignoring it. Like avoiding it, not ignoring, avoiding it. Let's see. Okay, so are you guys ready for the juicy part? My tea's getting cold though. Pamela says, Grandma is Mia, always clean their faces before the video call. Yeah, it's so cute though. I love it. Meanwhile, on the other hand, I'm a very like, this is real life. You kind of get what you get. I never really try to fix up things before meeting people or before I see somebody. I don't know if that makes sense. Every time my friends come over to the house, it's either you find it messy or you find it clean. You kind of get what you get. We're not gonna fix up anything. So grandma's just like clean up, get ready for the video. So cute, which is great. The internet is unforgiving. And I'm sure you guys have seen some of our vlogs and the kids are full of food faces or toothpaste faces, and you're probably like, what is this woman doing? It's okay. It's, yeah, it is what it is. Oh, and my mom just sent me a message, says nothing else is not. Oh, she was running a little bit of a fever. Oh, that explains why she didn't go to work. That explains it. Anywho, let's dive right into the questions. So I'm literally just going to pick them up at random. Thankfully, there's 11 of them, even though I see some have got multiple questions and one comment. It's okay. I think we'll get through it. 11:21, we should be fine. So, fifth says, would you consider doing photography, videography full time and ever consider offering social media courses, i.e., content creation, YouTube, identifying your niche, video editing, all the fun stuff? You guys should hear how Benola says all that fun stuff. It's so cute. I enjoy your content so much and they're always so well put. Plus, you love it. I do love it. I hope my question is not all over the place. It's actually not all over the place. It makes perfect sense. So, would I consider doing photography, videography full time? Yes, I would. The only difference is I don't think I would do more family photography, but as in like, you shoot family, like the five of us, and we go and pick a location and we do pictures. I don't know how I feel about that yet. But I do like very like corporate shoots for one, yes, wedding shoots, yes, and family gatherings. This is gonna sound bad, but I'm honestly pro funeral shoots. I don't know why we don't do this. I don't know why it's not a thing yet. It's so sad when I always try to tell my kids about my grandmother and they just like, who's that? And I'm just like, oh my God, if you guys met her, you would have loved her. She was incredible. Yes, she had her flaws and her shortcomings and stuff, but she was amazing. And I'm sure my kids would have been super spoiled by her by now if she was still alive. And so I wish I had some sort of like video or something to show them, because even the pictures we had, they were not really our pictures. So it was mostly for her. And it was a few like back then, I don't know, people didn't believe in pictures, I guess. So we find like little scabs here and there of pictures, and it makes me so sad. So my kids really have no idea who my mom's parents were, who my dad's parents were. And it breaks my heart. Honestly, it does. So yes, I would do that full time in a heartbeat, no questions asked. But the one thing I'm really interested in doing though is more video editing. Like if you go and you shoot a wedding and you need help editing that, I'm more than happy to do that. I can edit that in a weekend and be done. I enjoy that part. I like putting little clips together and making it make sense. So yeah, long story short, yes, I would consider doing that full time. Um, but giving a social media course, I don't really know. I'm always giving advice on my Instagram. Like if you send me a DM and you want to find out more, you need advice on something, maybe your rate card or whatever, I will voice note you almost always, or I will reply back, like text you back and give you the advice you're looking for. But with regards to making it into a course, I have never thought that far. So I can't say yes or no. Also, I don't know if there are people that would be interested in getting that from me. I honestly don't know. Um, yeah, so I guess that's that. Tandogosa says, you're a caring mother. I watch your vlogs. You're a motivator to us to take care of our kids. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Our family I think I'm saying that right. It's ARY family says, "Hey Basti, I would like to know how do you and your husband keep this girl? How do you keep this spark in your marriage going after 3 kids?" Okay, so to be honest, I do feel sometimes that what you guys see on YouTube is not entirely true representation of our marriage. Hear me out. I'm not saying I'm lying. I'm not lying. Like everything you see on our vlogs obviously is true, but you don't see what happens after we put the camera down. I'm not vlogging throughout the day. I'm not vlogging when we go to bed. I'm not vlogging when we go out all the time. You know, there's so many big pieces of our lives that you guys don't see. And because of that, I do feel like sometimes it sort of portrays, is that how you say it in English? Like it paints this perfect picture of our marriage where it looks like we never fight, we never argue, we never disagree, and everything is always easygoing. And it's not. It really is not. We fight like every normal couple do or does. I don't know. Look, my English is getting depleted at this rate. We argue. There are times where we're not speaking to each other just because it just makes sense to not talk to each other, because otherwise we say things we don't mean and it just makes the situation worse. I am the overthinker. I am the one who's always overdoing everything. So even when we argue, I over argue. And Doozy is the very calm one. He's the very like, are you serious? Like kind of guy. He's the very like, why is this a big deal? And I'm the very like, are you insane right now? How do you think this is not a big deal kind of person? I always tell Aisha I'm the hothead in our marriage, and Doozy is the one who puts the lid on my head, because Lord knows this house would catch fire every week, basically. So with that being said, how do we keep the spark alive? Well, for one, we have a rule: no kids allowed in our bedroom. 2 out of 3 kids get that. They actually will stand by the door. And there's the one who's always like getting in and being cute and, doing all sorts of cutesy stuff that always has me like, oh, do I send this tiny person outside or do I just leave them? But more than half the time, I kick them out, like, out, this is our bedroom. So we do have the no kids in our bedroom rule. But also, one thing that me and Dizzy do a lot that you guys never get to see is the kids go to bed at 7:30, right? And we try to use that little bit of time between 7:30 and when he goes to bed, which is usually around 8:30. We will talk about anything and everything. He loads up the dishwasher, so I'll sit here on the couch and we will talk about stuff, random things. We talk about the most random things. It's actually insane. And every once in a while, we will pick a movie. See, I was talking about this the other day. I'm like, wow, I don't know why we're still paying for these subscriptions, because it's like a drug. They dangle a coming soon. And then when that soon shows up, you watch it and poof, it's gone. Now you must wait again. It's so annoying. But yes, we will wait for that dangle and we will watch it together. And of course, I'm fighting with him because he will fall asleep after the first, when the intro comes in the movie and he just goes to sleep. I'm like, wake up. But also, one thing we've really learned to do in our marriage, which I think is the one that actually pulls us together, is to be individuals. So we do a lot of things apart, a lot of things apart. And as a result, we always have something to talk about. So instead of like always going together to the shops, always going together to the movies, always doing this, doing that, we do a lot of things apart. And so when we get together, we have a lot to talk about. So we're always talking about random things. It's not always about the kids. It's not always about, the house and what needs to be done. And I think that's really what keeps the spark alive. Because I mean, at the beginning of our relationship, we used to spend almost like half a night talking shit. And we would laugh and it was nice. And we do that a lot. Since having kids. And you can't always get your sexy on when you have kids because they're always there, unfortunately. Hashtag blessed, I'm not complaining. So I don't know if that answers the question. I feel like it was such a long-winded response. But just to sum it up, find your own interests apart from each other, and then be together, if that makes sense. Be your own individuals before you are a unit, and that will kind of, I don't want to say always, because just now it doesn't. But I feel like it'll always bring you guys together, because you always have something to talk about. You're not just walking past each other in the house with absolutely nothing to talk about, and then you end up talking about the kids all the time, and before you know it, you're like, how did we get here? How do we always talk about kids? Do you remember when we used to talk about stuff? It was before you had kids, so you always had stuff to do, because you were never always together, or not always doing stuff together. Jesus, I hope that makes sense. Ooh, I feel like I'm going on a tangent right now. Okay. Lucia says, I would be interested. I'm fighting for my life with my YouTube channel editing. Fighting for my life. I love that. I love that. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Sunny Lucia says, I remember when you guys were going to do a photo shoot and he didn't get the pounds on time. That's how I know you'll also fight. Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell you guys, I am petty. I am petty AF. And I did put that on my Instagram, like, Homegard hasn't bought the pens. And I'm not going to remind him, because I already reminded him 2 times before then. So yeah, we do have those tiny little squabbles, like every couple does. Honestly, if you sit at home and you're fighting with your partner, you think, Olerato and December never go through this. Think to yourself, nah, it's a lie. They do. They probably are going through it right now. Every couple goes through that. It's normal. It really is part of the journey. So yeah, it's just, the internet is not forgiving, you guys. I am not about to put that part where we're arguing on the internet. Also, I do feel like it's the most unrealistic thing to put up the camera when you are fighting. If the argument starts while I'm vlogging, I might consider putting that in there, but I'm not going to run and grab the camera to vlog it just because we're arguing and I want to show you guys that we argue. Likewise, I never run to grab the camera when we're doing something cute with the kids just because it's content. Like, there's so many moments where I'm in the moment with my kids and I just leave it at that. Like, it's us thing and we do it and it's done. And then if I vlog after that, I vlog after that. But it doesn't always have to be on camera to prove that it happened, kind of thing. So believe me, we go through it. Let's see. You know what? Before I actually move away from this question, I just had another thing pop in my head. Another bestie messaged me, DM'd me on Instagram the other day when I said the kids are at my parents. And she was basically saying, how do I do it? Like, how am I able to let the kids be at my parents? Because she feels so guilty or she misses them and then she ends up going back. If you also want to keep the spark in your marriage, you do need to find pockets of time to ship the kids to wherever it is you can, provided it's safe and they're welcome there. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a lot of family that can or is available to help us all the time. And so every year at the beginning of the year, I get on a call with my mom and we work around her leave schedule from work, and we find weeks here and there, looking at the kids' school calendar as well. And we take the kids there. And that's the time that we always look forward to, because we don't do date nights. Honestly, people who say do date nights, I feel like it's so unrealistic to get dressed and glam up and go out for dinner. It's not always an option for every couple, and for us, it's not an option. We can't get dressed and glammed up and go out for dinner. We can't always do it here at home because after the kids are in bed, we literally have to load up the dishwasher and basically reset the house for the next day. And so that's the time we use to catch up. We don't sit and have a formal dinner. We enjoy having dinner together with the kids. So the date night thing is not realistic for us, but those pocket of weeks here and there throughout the year where the kids are at my parents do us very good. And if you can do that, if you can find somebody who can help you, go for it. Even if it's for the weekend, just make sure, it's people you trust, because these days you can never really know. This tea is good. Yeah, so I just wanted to go on a rant a little bit. Don't feel guilty if somebody's offering to watch your kids and you trust them to watch your kids. Don't feel guilty. Take that offer and run with it. But also, don't beat yourself up if you can't do date nights. That is such an unrealistic thing, in my opinion. Date nights, oh my God, is so. And everybody seems to be doing it. And so we always look like we're underachieving and not putting in enough effort in our marriages and stuff. It's not the case. You do what you can for your marriage and keep that going. Honestly, we don't have to do what everybody else is doing. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a very touchy subject for me with date. And every time I see somebody like date night, I'm just like, good for you. Enjoy. Anywho, Luleka says, no question, bestie. I want to say you're doing the right thing here on YouTube. I enjoy your content and I like how authentic you are. I love you, bestie. Mwah, I love you too. And I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. It's funny, sometimes it doesn't feel like content to me. I always say that to my friends, like, because it's real life. I don't have to curate anything. I don't have to fix up my house before I can vlog or do stuff. So it doesn't really feel like it's content. It just feels like another regular day in my regular life. So I'm really glad that you are enjoying. All right, Non-Dumisa says, hey, bestie, how has your relationship evolved with K-Bear as she is now a preteen? So she has four questions. So I'm going to answer them one by one. So how has the relationship evolved? To be honest, sometimes I struggle a little bit with letting go, but I do know in the back of my head that I have to let go. And for the most part, like 70 out of 100, 7 out of 10 times, I'm really good with that. I let her not make her own decisions, but like choose her own way. Man, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm no longer as involved as I am with Rile and Bonolo. Like, with those two, you got to pick their outfits. You got to get them dressed. You got to help them brush their teeth sometimes. While with Kamo, you have to give her space. She will get out of her room whenever she wants to get out of her room. We do have a rule, though, that you can't bring your tablet into your bedroom because otherwise she wakes up and she sits on the tablet, which is not necessarily good. You got to get out, brush teeth, greet the family, good morning. And then if you want to go back to bed, be my guest kind of thing. So the relationship has evolved in such a weird and so fast. I feel like it was just yesterday when she was a baby, but we are more of a team than mother and daughter at the moment, just because I feel like she's at a stage where she is figuring herself out. Like right now, she wants to get skincare. And so she's really excited to come back from grandma's house so we can go shop for skincare and all that stuff. So I'm letting her lead the way for now, but also still keeping a very, what do you call it? A very close eye on her, making sure she's not like doing irresponsible things that could get her in trouble, obviously guiding her through the way. So she's doing, for the most part, the leading in this phase of our lives. And so far, it's been really nice. Honestly, it's been really nice. Gamo is such a responsible young lady. She blows my mind sometimes. I look at her and I'm just like, wow, we did that. Oh my God. So yeah, we're at that phase. Of course, there are mood swings. Of course, there are all these other crazy things that honestly, sometimes I'm just like, whoa, okay, where did that come from? And I have to like sort of like, look myself in the mirror and think, is it me? Am I the problem? And then of course we talk about it and we resolve it. The one thing I'm trying so consciously to do is to not let her feel like just because she's older, she's not cared for anymore. Excuse me, she's not cared for anymore. Or she's feeling less loved. Like we leave her to fend for herself. I'm very conscious of that because I know how that feels like. Gamma is so much like me in a way that she's very independent. She's very like, I'll do it myself kind of kid. And it's very easy for a parent to think they got this, they know what they're doing, so they don't worry about you as much, but you still need them. So I'm letting her know every day. I'm affirming her that I'm here. I'm still your mother. If you need me, I'm there for you, and I show up for her every possible way I can. So yeah, man, I'm giving long-winded answers today. Who am I even? Number 2 says, do you still take solo staycations monthly? No, I don't. 2 reasons. One, it's becoming harder and harder to take solo staycations because this Basil is working his booty off to keep us alive, thank goodness. But also, it's becoming crazy expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a very conscious spender when it comes to some things. So um, I'm not entirely willing to blow money on a hotel stay, even if it gives me peace of mind. Like, I'm not. I am not. And so instead of going on a staycation, what I do is I do movie dates. So I go on a movie date by myself every other month or every other week, even. Honestly, there's no rhythm to it at this point. It's just when I feel super overwhelmed and I feel like I've been going. And, it's usually on Saturdays when I know Dizzy's at home and the kids are at home, everybody's fed, things are good. And I'm just like, I'm just going to pop up 3 hours, gonna watch a movie and come back. And there was a time when I went to watch The Fall Guy. And I remember at the end of the movie, it was like my brain just lit up. And I remember thinking, wow, I feel so good. Like, I'm not as flustered and as stressed as I was when I got here. Just those 2 hours of mind numbing cinema, just sit there and watch it. You're not thinking about anything else but this silly movie that you're watching, guns blazing and all. It's so refreshing. So that's what I do. It's cheaper. I actually don't even spend my money, if that makes sense. I use the points I accumulate while we're buying things, like when we grocery shop and stuff. You get this cashback rewards. That's how they catch us. You get the cashback rewards. So those are the monies that I use. And because I'm with NetBank, then I get 50% off. And so that's what I do. It's a much cheaper option and it works just as well. So that's what I do. Highly recommend, by the way. Um, Question number 3: how do you maintain your boundaries around your family, work, and friends, especially being introverted? Yeah, this one can be a very tough one. I think one thing I really struggle with sometimes is saying no. I'm a people pleaser through and through. Um, and so sometimes I find myself in situations where I'm just like, I really don't want to be here, but I'm here. So I kind of have to make the best of it, kind of thing. But when it comes to money, yeah, those boundaries are very clear. If I say I don't have money, I mean I don't have money. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me, you saw me doing this. No, I don't have money. Full stop. It's a full sentence. The same with who comes to my house. Like, I don't let everybody come into my house at all. There are a select few that come to my house. And if you have been to my house, you must know that you are right up there on my list of people I value. And so I think it's just one of those things that, setting boundaries, especially with family, can be really, really difficult, especially if you're a people pleaser. But I'm learning. Every day is a learning experience. One thing I do a lot these days when I get a WhatsApp message, like just recently, I had a family member ask me to help them buy stuff for somebody, and I read the message. My first instinct was, oh, that would be so helpful. I should help. But then I thought, no, no, no. So I let the message simmer and I didn't respond for about a day or so. And then I responded and I said, you know what? I honestly am very stretched right now, which I am. The kids are about to go back to school. We need to now grocery shop. Oh my God, you guys, we haven't grocery shopped since the kids went to my parents. We've literally been eating every single thing we have in this house, basically cleaning out our groceries before we grocery shop. We are down to our final meal. And then I have to grocery shop. In fact, I wanted to do that today so that they can deliver the food. So, I had to tell the person, I'm very stressed. The kids need uniform, right? We got to get them snacks. They're going back to school. I obviously didn't say it in that way, but that was the logic in my head. And so I said, no, I'm not going to be able to help you at this point. One thing I have learned to do, it's a struggle sometimes, is not having to explain myself to people that I don't want to say don't matter because it sounds wrong, but I don't have to explain myself to anybody. If you're not my husband, if you're not my parents, no, actually, if you're not my husband or you're not my kids, I don't have to explain myself to you. Honestly, if I say no, I don't have it, it's no, I don't have it. Just honestly take what you get and don't be upset, like Bonola would say. It's that simple. And then the fourth question, she said, how are you doing? Honestly, I'm doing great. I'm really doing great. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and then the last thing she said, congratulations on the corporate gig. The drone shots looked amazing. They did, right? They looked really good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, Rufilo says, hi, Olerato, your videos are always heartwarming. I'm always amazed at how calm and gentle you are with your kids. Hmm. How do you discipline them? You look super calm all the time. Look, there are days where it's a scream fast. Everybody's screaming. I'm screaming. The kids are screaming. Did screaming, and everybody's just in a funk, basically. And those days are hard. I'm not gonna lie. They're very hard because, like I said, I'm an overthink. I overanalyze. It's on those days where I'm feeling my lowest because I feel like I'm failing as a mom. Um, but those days are few and far apart. Thankfully, they're very few and far apart. So I'm grateful for that. But with regards to being calm all the time, I would say 70% of the time I'm calm. The rest of the time I'm losing my shit. And I think one thing that helps me stay calm with the kids is I always remind myself they're just kids. You know, they don't know any better. They're just kids. Yes, they're human. Yes, they're growing. Yes, they're learning, but also they are just kids. I can't expect a kid to remember to always take their plate or their bowl or their placemats to the kitchen after they eat their meal. So I constantly have to remind them. And I can't expect the kid to remember that I said no to writing on the wall, 3 days ago. I always have to remind them, do not write on the wall, kind of thing. So it's that thing that I constantly have in the back of my head. It's not always easy, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you walk in and it's something that you're just like, are you actually serious right now? And you want to blow up, but then you're just like, okay, hold up, hold up, hold up. It's not worth it. They're gonna cry. I'm gonna scream. Nobody's gonna hear anything, so we're not gonna get anyway. So let's just try and do this slowly. But I do lose my cool with Dizzy Basil because I expect more from him because he's the adult. And that's where the 30% of the time comes from. If I'm screaming at him and the kid tries to intervene, then I'm screaming at the kid. Like, do you not see we having a conversation? Kind of thing. But yeah, I think one thing, if you can just learn, oh my God, I almost dropped my phone. If you can just learn to remember that they're just kids. Sometimes kids are clever and they will do things to push your button, but you must always just remember that if you react to that button being pushed, you're giving them exactly what they want. So try and be the bigger person, scream into your pillow, but then be calm with them. And when they realize that you're calm and you're not bothered, they pretty much just get in line, basically. And talk to your kids. One thing that helps with my kids anyway, I hate that this thing is, where is it? This thing, my t-shirt. Oh my God, it bothers me so much. One thing that I do a lot with my kids is I talk to them. I don't expect them to just know what's going to happen. I talk to them a lot. So, for example, if you go to the shops, it's not a regular occurrence, but there are days where I wake up crazy and I'm just like, I'm taking the kids to the shops. When we get there, I will tell them, especially when we go to checkers, because they like pushing those checkers mini trolleys. My God, those things, revolutionary but very chaotic. I will tell them we fall in line. So either I will lead the line or Kam will lead the line, and everybody must just fall in line. If I turn, we all turn and we stay in the line. If we stop, we all stop in line. And so before we even get out the car, I'll remind them, like, guys, remember, what do? We listen to mom, we switch on our ears, and we fall in line. Because if we don't fall in line, there's four of us. We're literally going to be parked on the drive-through, and it's going to be frustrating for all the other customers. And then I'm flustered, and then they're frustrated, and it just becomes a very unpleasant experience. So always talk to your kids so they know what to expect. I always tell them we're going to go to checkers, and then we're going to go to discount, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going home. Or we're going to go to the playground, and then we go to checkers, and then we go home. So they know what to expect. We're going to go to the movies. We'll do one game of bowling, and then we go home. Or we just go bowling and we go home. Or we go to the fun company, but we're not going to use our points because we are saving up the points so we can get a bigger prize. So when we're done playing, we go home. They're not tears. It's so much easier than, a few years ago, I used to just think, oh, they're just kids. They will do what I say because I'm their mother and mother knows best. And so just grab them, we go, we come back, everybody's screaming, I'm flustered, I'm tired, I have a head exploding with regret. And everybody's just so miserable from that outing until I figured out actually, if you just talk to them and you just let them know what's happening, it works out so much easier. It's the same with when you start a routine with the kids. You know, if you're gonna get your kid to bed at 7:30 today, don't do it at like freaking 10 tomorrow, 7:30 every single day, no matter what. They know my mom thinks we are crazy for letting the kids go to bed at 7:30 every single day. And I'm just like, the funny thing is, they don't even ask questions. They really don't ask questions. They know that after dinner, you get your plate in the sink, you put your placemat away, you put on your PJs, we will read a book, and we go to bed. Nobody protests. It can be daylight outside, but dinner is, we just had dinner, which naturally means after dinner, it's bedtime. It makes it so much easier, I promise you. Um, so yeah, that's that. What question was I even answering? I don't know. Hmm. Okay. Anyway. Yo, I'm reading this word. It's in Zulu, right? In my head, it makes sense, but I know as soon as I say it, it's gonna come out wrong. But let's try. It says, "Hey, bestie." Ndiyayithanda i-content yakho Ntombi. Right? That's how you say it. Man, I need to learn Zulu and get the accent for it too, because it sounds so cool. Let me tell you something you don't know. Some of the things I'm not doing at home, ndizibone kuwe. What? Are you serious? Oh my God. I love how you handle the kids with no nanny. Oh, I've got 5 Sana. It's crazy daily. I'm shouting my ribs out, but watching you, really, I'm learning things. Ugh, 5 kids. I'm jelly. Give me one. I need four. I've always wanted to have 4 kids, you guys, but pregnancy is wild. I'm not doing that again. Mm-mm. One day I will pop a bottle. Wait, one day I will pop a vlog inspired by you and your family. Oh, that is so heartwarming. Thank you so much. You guys, sometimes I have this crazy imposter syndrome that when I read comments like this, it's such an out of body experience. Like, I'm always like, are they talking about, like, are they sure they talking about me? Yeah, anyway, Rose says, how come people don't buy in bulk from wholesalers, buy fruit and veggies from the real black people market, or plain grocery clubs, buy meat from a farm or butcher and put in cube freezer, can save money? I don't know. Is that like a question, or is just a statement? How come people don't buy in bulk from wholesalers? I don't know. I personally don't buy in bulk from wholesalers because I never go to wholesalers, for one. And second, I don't have the space to buy in bulk. If I bulk buy, I'm going to end up giving away all those things because I don't have the space to put all of the bulk buying stuff. So, yeah. But also, let's just remember that, the thing with bulk buying, you kind of have to have the will to do that and the preference to do that. I don't prefer bulk buying at all. I've never been a bulk buyer. Um, let's see. Oh my God. Okay. It was stuck there for a minute. No, to be honest, I don't really like explaining myself, especially about my money, but yet people want a reason instead of a no. It's so annoying, right? It's so entitled. Like, if I tell you no, you should take that no. It's the same as when somebody says, let's go out for lunch, and you're like, no thanks, I'd rather stay home. Like, but why? No. I said no. Like, I don't want to go out for lunch. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, we live, we learn, we grow. Lucia says the problem with buying bulk when you have children, they get tired of the same things, then it goes to waste. Also true. Also true. Kids don't like eating the same thing over and over or doing the same thing over and over. It's very touch and go. I honestly, I don't have the space for bulk buying. I'm not doing that. Nope. Okay. And Yaleti says, "Hey bestie, congratulations on the gig. Thank you so much. You guys are incredible. I really appreciate that. How do you balance work, home, and your personal space? Do you take turns with hubby to keep the house clean? Since I know you don't really do helpers." If I can recall, yes, I don't. I don't. I notice most of the time you guys help each other. So is it always or is it a setup? I love it. I love it. It's a valid question. I love that. Do you also involve the kids in cleaning up, or you just set certain rules of how to at least keep the house tidy? Okay, so this is a very loaded question. First, how do I balance work, home, and personal space? There's no such thing as balance, boo. There really is no such thing as balance. There are days where my personal life is really at the back burner because I have to get through work. There are days where my personal life is at the very front of the queue because everything else is just so overwhelming. So I choose me. And of course, this just people that say have balance, I don't know how they have that. I don't know what they mean also. But for me, I just work, I go with the flow. So where I'm thriving, I go with that. If I have a lot of work and I'm really in the zone, I go for it. Like when we went and did the shoot in Northwest for the corporate shoot, I was so sure that I'm gonna come back overwhelmed and I'm gonna struggle and I'm gonna need a week to just reset and get myself out of it. But funny enough, when I got home, I had all this energy and I was so pumped and so excited that I finished editing all the pictures, almost 2,000 pictures that I had to work through and sort out, organize, all of that fun stuff. I did all of that in a weekend and I was done. I haven't started the video, but that's not my fault. It's on them. I'm still waiting for a go ahead and all that fun stuff. But nonetheless, I go with the flow. If my body's just like, girl, what are you doing to us? I will take a break and I will, where I can, pause everything else. And that's why, I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you follow me on Instagram, there are times where I'm on top of my game, I'm uploading things and, on it, responding to comments, all that fun stuff. And then there are times where I'm just like, not there because something else has taken priority and I'm working on that. So there's really no balance. It's just a matter of making sure that I fill the cups where they need to be filled and I keep it moving. And then, do I take turns with hubby to keep the house clean? Yes and no. DJ Basil is not bothered by a messy house. I'm just gonna say that. He's gonna watch this and think, what? He really isn't. I am, on the other hand. And so I'm not going to make it his responsibility to have to clean the house when I'm the one who's bothered. He did try to get a helper for me to help me, but that didn't work out because I would always have to do things. And he knows I'm very particular with how I want things done in my home. So he will help me. And I really appreciate that. There are days where he gets this bolt of energy and he will clean the house. And when he gets like that, I'm just like, great. I will help him where I can. And of course, every time I'm cleaning the house, if he's available or he's free, he will help me. It's not a setup. It's not a let's do this for content. No, it's not that. There are days where I will maybe say out loud, like tomorrow I need to clean. So when I take the kids to school, he'll help me. I'll come back and I'll find him vacuuming just to give me that head start. So yeah, we help each other a lot. And that's another reason why I honestly feel like we don't need a helper because we are tag teaming so well. He hasn't complained, so I can't say he doesn't like helping me clean the house. It's been really great. I like it that way. I prefer it that way. I clean my house my way. There are days where we go a week without cleaning because we're both so busy. We will sweep here and there, we will dust here and there, but we are not cleaning because we are busy. And that's okay. We just understand each other. And this is our home. Honestly, what happens in the confines of these halls is our business. And that's how it's always been. I love it that way. Um, and then do you also involve the kids in cleaning up or you just set the rules? Yes, I involve the kids with cleaning up 100%. When I got this cordless vacuum cleaner, I didn't realize, well, let me not lie. When he got me this cordless vacuum cleaner, I didn't realize that it would be such a great benefit for us to get a clean house. Gam is responsible for keeping her bedroom clean. That goes without saying. Like, she is a big girl. Um, she knows to pick up after herself. She knows to put dirty laundry in the laundry machine. Not machine, actually. But okay. Whew, organize, girl. Organize your thoughts. My mouth is not going as fast as my brain is. Anyway, she knows to put the dirty clothes in the laundry basket and she knows to run the washing machine. So she will vacuum her carpet. She only has one carpet, but she will vacuum and she will put her dirty laundry in the washing machine. We have started introducing her running laundry. So every Wednesday and Friday, she will load only her laundry, though. I said only your laundry. She will load her laundry in the washing machine and run it in the morning before she goes to school, and I will hang it out for her. That's purely for two reasons. One, to help her get into the routine and be comfortable with using the washing machine, and also to know that laundry needs to be washed. You don't just open your cupboard and magically there's clean clothes all the time. It needs to be washed. So responsibility, but also because oh my god, my leg is going to sleep. But also because her school uniform. So I've taught her to manage her school uniform. I honestly refuse to be the mom who buys 5 pair of tracksuits just because there's 5 school days. No, I've taught her to manage her school uniform in a way that if you wear this and that Monday and Tuesday, on Wednesday when you wear this, you gotta wash your Monday and Tuesday uniform so that on Wednesday when you come back from school, you have clean uniform for Thursday and Friday. And so that's what we've been doing. She's been doing great with that. I actually need to put it into a formal chore chart so that she can also remember, because I have had to remind her a few times, like, don't forget the laundry. I don't mind reminding her, but I just need her to get into the routine of doing that herself. And then really in Bonolo, funny enough, they are eager beavers when it comes to vacuuming. They always vacuum in the cupboards and one in their bedroom as well, which is great. And of course, they're responsible for cleaning up their toys. I only clean up their toys maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks when I'm like deep cleaning their bedroom. I will sort them out because when they clean up, they just throw everything into the toy bin. They're not necessarily worried about, okay, this needs to go here, this needs to go there. I'm the one who's worried about that. So it has to be my responsibility. It honestly makes sense. And then, of course, Gamma's bedroom also, I will deep clean for her. But the small ones, like wipe when you spill, vacuum your carpet, keep your desks tidy, that's on her. Make up your bed, open your curtains, all the fun stuff, that's on her. And it's been great. It's honestly a well-oiled machine at this rate. Let's see. Garabo says, hey, bestie, just a few questions. Firstly, congrats on the mining gig. Must have been a proud moment. It was a very proud moment. I'm not going to lie. At some point when we were there, Dizabez looked at me and he's like, can you actually believe you are in this moment right now? And I'm like, no, I can't. Pinch me, but don't pinch me. um, how did you transition to getting such big clients and how did you land the gig? And also, how do you even know how to charge? Because you had to also consider accommodation. Also, did you show them the vision of what you'll be capturing? Like you said, you only had one shot to film and get it right. So, how did you paint a picture of what it will look like? Does your husband also help? As I see, he also traveled with you. Lastly, is your workplace very far? And do you do 2 or 3 days of work in the office? I hope these are not too personal. Thank you. Whew, lots and lots of questions. My legs are going to sleep. Let's see. I saw a few questions there. I'm going to come to the comment section now. How did you transition to getting such big clients? Honestly, this is going to sound so unhelpful and so unhelpful. I didn't even have to transition. They found me. If you work and you keep consistent with your work and I don't know how else to say, just let your work speak for itself or speak for you. And that's what happened to me in this case. They honestly found me and I couldn't have been happier. I just let my work speak for me and it's been great. I mean, it's not to say I wasn't already in the process of, putting together proposals and stuff for corporate companies, but it just was perfect timing, I guess. So yeah, I didn't really have to do much transition. They just found me and my work. How do you even know how to charge? Because you also had to consider accommodation. Pretty much that you do itemized billing. You look at all the things you have to incur. Are you going to travel? Um, are you going to be travel costs? Do you need accommodation? Do you need food while you're there? Um, how many hours, how many days are you going to have to be there? How much value do you want to put per hour of work that you're going to be doing for that company? And over and above everything, how much work is required from you? Do you have to move from one office space to another, or are they coming to you? So you're basically just sitting in a boardroom and people are coming to you. You have to consider all these things and put a value to them based on what you think would cost for you, kind of thing. It's very hard to give a price, and believe me when I say there's no set value. Every shoot has a different price because every shoot needs a different amount of energy, or like they have different requirements. And then did you show them the vision of what will be captured? Like you said, you only had one shot to film. Yes. So prior to the shoot, we had a whole bunch of meetings. I had a concept together that I presented to them. Obviously, it's not my work. I'm just shooting, it's what they want. So I only presented my concept based off of the brief they had given me, telling me what they wanted. And so we worked off of that and we bounced ideas from each other. Um, and it's always a good idea. Like I always advise everybody to do this. Even when I do my social media influencer campaigns, I always like bounce idea with the PR agency to say this is what I want to do. That way you avoid the back and forth and the disappointment and people not being happy with the product you're giving. You sort of give them obviously the concept is not going to match the result to the T, but it will be very close to the result and everybody would know exactly what they were expecting. You manage expectations that way, and it makes for a much better working relationship. So yeah, you do have to have some sort of storyboard to present. Even in your head, it helps with editing, it helps with shooting, because when you're there, you're already, maybe it's just me, but there's no way in hell it would be just me. I'm sure everybody who shoots stuff thinks the same. Like you want to almost have a rough picture of the end result in your head before you even start shooting. That way, you know exactly the kind of shots you want to go for. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of clips that make absolute no sense and you're not going to know what to do with them. And that would be a problem, especially when money is involved. Um, does your husband also help? As I see, also he travel with me. Yes, he does help me. When he is available, he helps me. Otherwise, sometimes I do get people to help me out, and I do shoot with those people instead of him. But if he's available, yes, we're like a husband-wife duo, and we get shit done. Lastly, is your workplace very far? Do you do twice or 3 days a week in the office? No. No. Yeah, our fam and money asks, hey bestie, how are you juggling a 9 to 5 and this side of the world content creation? Oh, is your job fully remote? Have you thought about resigning from your 9 to 5 and completely devote your time to this work, content creation, influencer marketing? I don't know if I would ever quit to do influencer marketing stuff just because I have other interests. Like I said, this videography thing, video editing. But to do content creation full time, I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too risky, if that makes sense. But to address the elephant in the room, 9 to 5, I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't have a 9 to 5, and I can't take that back because it's a live stream, but I don't have a 9 to 5. Um, when I said that I bet on myself at the beginning of the year, what I meant was I don't have a 9 to 5. That's what I meant. But it doesn't mean that I'm not working. I am consulting. So I'm using my laptop working as a consultant, which has been great and so freeing because then I get to choose the days of the week that I want to work. It's just incredible. It has given me this newfound freedom that I'm absolutely enjoying. And I see you, Lesego, when you say, "Are you on leave?" No, I'm not. But today is not my work day. So yeah. No Pomelo says, hi, Bo, LOL, Bessie, the big elephant in the room. Yes, the elephant in the room. Yeah. Yes. Yes. um, to be honest, let me tell you guys the truth. I know you guys are probably like, what? It's July and she hasn't said anything. I thought about making this big announcement video where I'm like, I quit my job and, you know, I have no plan yet, but I'll figure it out. I just quit my job. But then I was like, wait a minute. That sounds very like cliche and so not well thought out. So I didn't. And then the longer I didn't do it, the more it just felt like so far, like it just kept drifting and drifting and drifting. And then it just didn't feel like I had to say anything anymore because I'm working as a consultant. I'm still a process engineer. Um, and so I just didn't say anything. But I see you guys, I've seen your comments. People are like, are you still doing your 9 to 5? And I think sometimes I said yes, sometimes I just didn't answer. But the short version of that is no, I don't have a 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday, but I am working as a consultant. Wait, doesn't that make sense to me? I love you guys so much. You guys have no idea. I love you. And honestly, I really appreciate that for every single bestie who had suspicions, like who suspected that I maybe am not working my 9 to 5 anymore or whatever. I'm grateful that you guys didn't come at me with all those questions because Lord knows I would have had to ignore those comments because I wasn't necessarily ready to say anything or I didn't know how to say anything at the time. I'm a very planned out girl. You guys have no idea how crazy I drive Dizzy. Like I literally drive that man up the walls because I'm always like, do you have a plan? What are we doing? When are we doing it? How are we getting there? That's just me. And so me taking that leap and thinking, just screw it. I need to do something that works for me. And maybe one day I'll tell you guys how I got to that point because believe me, something did push me over that edge. Um, and when I did take that, I was terrified. I remember on my last day, I was in my car and I was driving from work and I was coming home and I was crying, just missing my best friend so much. Like I wanted to pick up the phone and call her and say, girl, you have no idea what I just did. And it felt like such a full circle moment because I met her at work. And so I was leaving that office that I met her at, and it felt like I'm leaving her behind, even though she passed away like almost 3 years ago. It felt like I was leaving her behind. It was just, I was a ball of emotion. Honestly, I just was. And I wasn't ready to say anything. I didn't know how to say anything. And so I haven't said anything until, ta-da, I just said it. I guess it just had to happen naturally. I guess it had to. And so here we are. Have you thought about resigning from your 9 to 5? Well, I have resigned from my 9 to 5, but not for content creation. Okay, we are down to the last two-ish questions. Oh my God, we've been at it for an hour and 13 minutes. I'm loving this. I'm enjoying this. This house is too quiet. I love it though. No complaints. The kids are gonna come back soon, so I'm making the most of it. Mama Kariba says, hey bestie, I love your family and your house. It is so simple and beautiful. How do you keep it so clutter free and what inspired the decor. I'll tell you why I'm laughing just now. Unfortunately for us office girls, 11 a.m. live will not work, but good luck with the live chat. Mwah. I hope you enjoying your time at the office. Also, love your love for Red Bull. But it will kill us. Guess we will find out in the grave. Yes, I agree, 100%. Low key reckless, but what are we gonna do? Um, I'm laughing because what inspired my deco? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I wing it. You guys have no idea how many things I wing, and I just get so lucky. And every time somebody says my house looks so beautiful, I'm just like, where are you looking? Are we talking about the same house? Because to me, it just looks so basic. And maybe it's because I live in it every day. I see it every day. I'm just not shocked by anything anymore. It's just so basic. But I appreciate you guys saying it's beautiful. It makes me feel good when I hear you guys say it's beautiful, because then I can look at it and think it's apparently beautiful. It makes me feel good. So thank you for saying that. But what inspired me? Nothing. The only thing I had in my head was the less is more. I didn't want to clutter the space, because I knew that if we clutter the space, we're gonna have a problem going forward. There's 5 of us and the kids are growing and we need to have space. So less is more. And we've moved so many times in our lives that every time we moved, we got shocked. Like, where did we get all these things? How do we have so many things? And all of them we'd be like, what is this even? To a point where when we got here, I said to Dizzy, if we haven't used it in a month, throw it. We don't need it. So to this day, there are things where if I ask him, like, have you seen this and that? He's like, you threw it. Even though I haven't, his response has honestly become, you threw it away. It's so funny. But yeah, less is more all the time. And how do we keep it clutter free? We don't hold on to stuff. If we get it and we haven't used it again, like I said, in a month, throw it. We don't need it. Just yesterday I was actually cleaning out some of my cupboards and I was just like, I haven't used these things in a while. We still had little plastic knives, cutlery from Gamma's birthday. Believe me, I know it's crazy. We didn't use all of them on Gamma's birthday. And so we kept it because after Gamma's birthday is obviously these bezels, and then realized we were going to use them then. But then we didn't, because at the time, for their birthdays, they didn't fit, they didn't make sense. And so I was just like, why am I still keeping this? And so they all went. So yeah, throw it. Honestly, if you're not gonna, if you, it's been a month, you haven't used it, you don't need it. That's exactly how I do it. And then Poloko says, hey bestie, how do you keep the kids away from your bedroom? How do you deal with finances now that you guys are married? Is it still the same way you had explained, or some things have changed? Keeping the kids away from the bedroom, like I said, we have a rule: no kids in our bedroom. It is our bedroom. I actually had this, I learned this from Aisha. When she told me, my mind was just blown. I was like, oh my God, that is such an incredible rule. I'm going to implement it right away. And I did. And it's been life changing. It's been, yeah, since we moved in here, life changing. I promise you. And how do you deal with finances now that you guys are married? See, the thing is, the marriage part is not the issue. The finance part becoming an issue came after, I said, screw it to my job. um, as much as I didn't really think through a lot of things at the time, I did know that we are going to need money. And with that being said, I have become this savvy girl. I don't even recognize myself sometimes because I'm such a reckless impulse spender. Like, I'm just like, oh, I like it. I like it. I want it. And I buy it. But I've become this person who's just like, no, 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 no. See it, like it, let it simmer, and then decide. I think I've said this in one of our Love and Money Talks episode, but this year has been about that a lot. The same with groceries. We used to spend almost 12K every month on groceries and toiletries, which was insane. Because we'd buy the actual groceries. I did it like a bulk buy at the end of the month. And then every weekend, then we'd have to buy snacks because the kids go to school. And even though they eat at the school cafe, we would have to pack them like little fruits, grapes, and stuff because they gotta look cool and they shouldn't be left behind. They don't eat them. I promise you, they don't. They eat those damn things in the car on the way home, which is so frustrating. But anyway, if you don't pack it, then they look sad and stuff and left behind. And yeah, it's such a complex situation. But anyway, then we ended up buying those on a weekly basis. But then when I bought those on a weekly basis, because I would go physically to the shop, I would always overspend because I'm like, Ferrero Rocher, ooh, and snacks, ooh, and the kids would love to try this out. Oh my God, and Red Bull has a new flavor, which it does, by the way. And I would always overspend. And so this year I was just like, no. So we sat down with this Basil and we agreed that we're going to do groceries on a weekly basis, even though it wasn't much of a discussion. It was just me saying to him, because I'm in charge of buying groceries, obviously, because I'm the one who's cooking more than half the time. So I said to him, I'm going to do groceries on a weekly basis. We're only going to get what we need, so don't be alarmed if things look empty. And this is something I really had to work on because I have this thing that when my fridge is empty, we are in trouble. And as a result, I always overspent filling up the fridge with all this junk that we don't need. And then we're overspending. And so I've had to sort of like let it go. The first month was so hard watching our fridge be empty. And I'm sure you guys have seen in the vlogs when I opened the fridge and it's like 4 items and a whole bunch of water. But that's what it has come to. We only buy what we need on a weekly basis, and I do a weekly meal plan, like a menu. So I will say we're going to have spaghetti and mince, we're going to have chicken a la king, we're going to have whatever listed out Monday through Saturday, and then I grocery shop on Saturday, they deliver, and it's a circle basically. And we have halved our spend. I'm not even kidding you guys. We have halved our spend on groceries. Um, and we still buy like food that we eat. We cook every single day. And we have snacks for the kids to take to school. And we are not spending 12,000, which has been so life changing. I was just like, wow. So not only am I that person now, like I'm on top of our finances to a point where we went to the bank and surprise of our lives, they said to us, we owe them. There was an owing amount on the home loan. And we're just like, what? No, we don't make it a habit of owing people. So get your shit together and fix it up, which they did. And that person who goes through our statements, like, okay, where's this money coming from? Why are we being charged for this? What is going on here? All that fun stuff. And so I have gotten dizzy into that boat as well. And we are together. We always try and make sure that, for one, we don't owe anybody anything, like I said earlier. And second, we're not overspending on groceries and we hardly ever eat out, which is great. Like the only time where we eat out is when the kids suddenly feel like they are starving 3 minutes after we leave the house to go to the shops. And I'm like, okay, fine, I will get you McDonald's just this one time. But yeah, we hardly ever eat out and we are always cooking at home, and we're buying on a weekly basis instead of a monthly. And it has been life changing. And when I tell you that we buy what we need, I mean like all the way down to the toiletries. If your shower gel is not finished, you are not getting new shower gel. Sorry. We're not doing that. And then, yeah, we obviously get the groceries delivered. I don't go to the shops anymore because the shops always have me overspending. I'm an impulse buyer. I've said this before. I still am to this day. So we get Checker 60 to deliver. And that's how it's been. And if I need something from Woolies, if I don't go there by myself, and I usually go just before they close because I know I'll be shopping under pressure with the list of what I need, or I'll get Dizzy Basil to grab it on his way home because I'm just like, if I go there and I see this fabulous sweater or like this yellow watermelon, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. So we need to be disciplined. And so he's been really great and amazing and supportive through all of this. And that's how we've been handling finances so far. And my mom is calling me. Let's see. And it is still okay. Yeah, so basically that's that. The marriage part, honestly, the what we said when we're doing the love and money talks with regards to finances and stuff, that's still the same. That still stays. We just that still yes, that stands. I guess. Oh my God, English. Yo guys, go thata, go a pala yaanong. That still stands. We just had to do a huge financial shift after I left my work because then, we had to be disciplined with money, which was perfect timing because times are getting tougher and tougher by the minute. It's insane. Okay, so I have a few comments on here. We're going to go through those and then we're going to call it a day, but I don't want to. I want to invite you guys all to my house and we just hang out and we sip on tea. Go nne monate, man. Saneli says, and we haven't seen the normal work routine. There's no normal work routine here. Oh yes, I'm proud of you. Hey, you get to be there for the kids. Yes, I get to be there for the kids, which has been incredible. Even I do the morning school run. It's rough. Oh my God, in winter it's kicking my butt. I mean, granted, they were only in school for 3 weeks of June before school holidays. And even then, I was just like, I'm so cold and miserable. I don't want to. But I'm doing it and I love it. I really love it. It's how really his face always lights up every time he sees me walk to the soccer field when he has soccer practice, and how Bonolo comes running to me every time I pick her up, and she's ready to just word vomit how her day went and how Gamu is always acting cool and introducing me to all her cool friends at school, and me trying to be the cool mom, being all awkward and stuff. I love it. I really love it. Uh, Ooh, non-Pamela says I can relate so much. I'm also kind of in your boat. I quit my 9 to 5 to go do MSc and PhD full time. Girl, you're smart. I love it. And be a mommy at the same time. I don't regret it at all. Big ups to you. Oh my God. Can we talk? Please, like me and you, non-Pamela, and not here. Let's talk in private. I have a question with regards to like studying and stuff because I want to. And I know I've said this before. Every time I say I want to study, you guys must remind me how miserable it is. And I need you to remind me, but at the same time, I want to. So please let's talk. No, if you have Instagram, please hit me up. No, says Red Bull is sleeping on you, bestie, and I just don't get it. Funny story. Maybe I'm gonna jinx it. I don't know, but Red Bull did reach out to me. They did reach out to me, and we were gonna work on some projects together. But I don't know. Somehow it just fizzled out. The guy sent me an email. I don't know. I really don't know what happened to that, but it's fine. It's okay. When you do things you love, you shouldn't expect to be rewarded. I mean, I'm not going to stop drinking Red Bull just because they're not paying me, but it would be amazing to have them pay me, even if they just sponsor a road trip. I'll take it. um, let's see. Zeta says, please do the riddles more. I like when you and Garmin Daddy. I sometimes tag you on TikTok when I see one. Please do. Please keep tagging me. I would love to do more. I'm not that creative to think of one myself, but please tag me if you see a fun one that you think we should try. Tag me, please. I love that. I enjoy that. In fact, I said for my birthday, you guys, next week Friday, homegirl birthday. Okay. Um, but Dizzy was asking me, he's been asking me for a while, what do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want to do for your birthday? And you guys know I'm the queen of birthday trips. Right. I always want to go somewhere for my birthday because I want peace and quiet and all that fun stuff. But this year the school calendar said, I don't think so. So the kids are going to be in school, which means I can't really go into the middle of nowhere and get my peace and quiet. So I'm going to have to be here at home, obviously, because I have to do the school run. This is going to be at work, all that fun stuff. So I have no idea what I want to do for my birthday. But then last night, he was like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And it just hit me. Well, let me not say it like I had an epiphany. I didn't. I had somebody reach out to me, um, inviting me for escape room experience, and I was just like, "That's it. That's it. That's what I want to do for my birthday." And so instead of me responding, it was so random. My God, I'm telling you guys, sometimes my thoughts are all over the show. Instead of me responding to this invite, I ended up saying to this person, oh my God, it's my birthday next week, and this is just perfect. This is exactly what I needed. The event is not on my birthday, which is why I say it's so random. I'm sure they were reading the email thinking, is this person okay? um, so long story short, they ended up then offering me 6 vouchers, or a voucher to bring 6 people to experience the escape room. So that's exactly what I want to do. And I'm trying to remember why I brought this up. There was a point to this. I swear there was a point to this. Oh yeah, riddles. Yes. And so escape room. If you guys like riddles or you like solving things, there is a escape room they have in Dunkeld, I think it's called, somewhere around Hyde Park. They're opening also now another one in Bedford Square Shopping Center. Amazing stuff. Plus, they have this game where you solve murder mysteries, which obviously I'm all over it. You order that one online, and then you can like sit at home, sip on wine, sip on tea, sip on whatever sippable you want to have. And then you play the game and you're solving mysteries. It's so nice. Like it's, oh my gosh, so right up my alley. I love it. Love it. So please keep tagging me. And I went on a ramble and a tangent for no reason at all. Oh, my mind is scatterbrained. Um, let's see. Live with Miss Chop says, later the live. Hope you're gonna save the live, right, bestie? Yes, I always save it. I always save it. They don't get the best views, but I always save them. Uh, let's see. Pamela says, "Oh, that's what my husband says when I'm looking for something. He'll be like, you threw it away." I say they use that against us, just like, to sort of like the petty in them comes out when that happens all the time. Uh, let me go. Zanella says, let me go make some tea. Yes, make some tea, but we're kind of sort of done. Because it says, any plans for a meet and greet, bestie? I don't know yet. I really don't know. One, where would I do it? And second, like what else would be on offer? I do feel like if you're going to do a meet and greet, you kind of have to have something else. Like maybe, I don't know. I don't know. And this is the me overthinking. Maybe just a lunch. Maybe we'll do a simple lunch someday. I don't know. We'll see. But while I'm here, you guys, now that you know the situation with my 9 to 5, can we please watch ads and not skip? And can we? I'm saying this very prematurely, but I have shot a whole bunch of content for the Exclusive Besties Club. So if you want to know what's coming, I suggest you hop on there. Oh my God, it's almost 1. Hop on there and we'll see you guys there. Would you ever consider relocating overseas? No, 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 that's a hard no. There was a time where we went to this presentation about relocating overseas. In fact, Dizzy kind of sort of tricked me into going there. And as soon as I realized what that was about, I was just like, I can't sit here. Like, I'm not interested. I'm not telling him not to do it because I do think low key he wants to. I'm not telling him not to do it. I'm just saying I don't want to do it. And I know we can make our relationship work long distance if we have to, but I'm not keen on moving overseas. South Africa sucks and it's got its flaws, but this place is home. It really is home. There's no way I'm leaving. Nandi says, you're a beautiful mama. Thank you. And look at my sweater from China. V says, hey, Bessie, hope I'm not intruding with this question. Sorry if you've answered it before. I'm just curious. Was it a conscious decision on your part for the kids to converse only in English? Well, you're assuming it's only in English. It's not only in English. But yes, it was a conscious decision for us to get them fluent in English first and then learn the other languages. So, yeah. I watch you and your mom and your hubby communicate in your mother tongue, and I wonder if you wouldn't want that for the kids to be multilingual. They are multilingual. They just don't talk. Guys, I'm pro freedom. Like, choose whatever works for you. We chose to just start with English instead of Setswana or Sesotho. But at the same time, now that we are where we wanted to be with English, we are introducing Setswana and Sesotho. And so they can understand. They just choose to respond however way they want to. And that's okay with me. That's okay with Dizzy. That's okay with us. It works for us. Lucia says, honestly, the work-life balance in New Zealand is awesome. They very serious about family and children. No one gives you a side eye when you need to attend to your family. Oh my God, that sounds like heaven. Honestly, it does. One of the things I used to hate so much when I still had my job. This sounds so like, what am I saying? When I still had my job, it still sounds so surreal to me. I'm not gonna lie, but I used to hate that. Um, I used to hate that I have to ask for permission to tend to my family. I hated it so much. And that's one of the things we fought a lot about um, in corporate, I guess. Like, why should I ask for permission to tend to my family? Like, do you hear how insane that sounds actually when you say it out loud? I hated that every second of it. But also, I understood that it's corporate and it's how things are done. But it just didn't mean that I should be happy with it. I was not happy with that at all. Um, Miss Springbok says, just came in. I'm dumbstruck by your beauty. Power of makeup. Thank you. Thank you so much. I tried to put on makeup and put myself together every day. Daisy comes back from work and finds me chilled out, all clean, wearing a gown because it's cold AF in this house. Oh my God, I don't like it at all. Anyway, let's see. Saneli Siwe says, same, my daughter's only now learning isiZulu from other kids at school and is more eager to learn it now. See, that works. Honestly, you do what works for you. I really hate this notion that everybody thinks or everybody expects other people to do things a certain way in their households. I get that. I get that. People are like, no, our tradition, our culture, our heritage is fading away, this, that, the other thing. But at the same time, you're like, can you just respect the fact that this is my choice and my decision and I do what works for me? I'm not saying I'm not going to teach my kids about my tradition and Dizzy Basil's tradition and all of that fun stuff. They will learn, but let me choose how they learn that and be okay with that. This whole thing of shaming moms for letting their kids speak in English or making them feel bad that their kids only communicate in English, it's so messed up. It's so messed up. We are dealing with so much already as is. And for you to sit there and be so righteous and say, to me, reaching over from the internet there on your keyboard, talking about how, you know, we're letting our kids speak in English. It's that the other thing. I mean, it hasn't happened to me. Thankfully, you guys are always so respectful when you ask your questions about whether or not the kids can or cannot speak Setswana and Sesotho. But, I've seen other influencers be attacked for that. And I'm just like, is that really necessary? Like, do you really feel good about yourself for attacking somebody for the choices they made? How is that any of your business? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But I guess it's the world we live in now. It's so easy to reach over and stab people with words on the internet that we sometimes forget to pause for a minute and think that whoever's on the other side of this keyboard is actually a human being and they have feelings and they're going to read this and they're going to be affected somehow. It just never crossed our minds. But anyway, man, this is getting too deep too fast. Where are we even going with that? Anywho, yeah. Moses just joined. I missed that. Did you leave your corporate job? Did I? Yes, I did. I did. Anyway, you guys have been great sports. I need to, I would say, go eat, but that would be a lie. That cup of tea I drank have me feeling full. Don't sleep on this Mercedes things. They're not paying me for this. Oh, BT Dubs, you can get this from Discam. This is a Discam product. I don't know if it's exclusive to Discam, but the PR drop came from Discam. Literally smells like summer. If you're feeling down and you're like cold and miserable for a little bit, because it's so cold, like today, I don't know what is going on. Elsa is pissed for whatever reason. This is a great pick me up. So great. And the packaging, oh my God. Oh, it smells like summer. I love it. Love it. Love, 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 love it. Don't sleep on it. And it smells expensive. You know how they always say girls with Mac? I don't drive a Mercedes, but I'm a girl with a Mac too. That should actually be my caption on Instagram. Okay. Ooh, this Discount fake scandal products? No. No. I have not seen that. I'm quickly going to Google because how have I not seen a scandalous situation? What happened to scam? What? Fake product. Why am I so nosy? Like, why am I so nosy? Wow. Okay. Looks like there's a lot I have to read up on and a bunch of. Is it TikTok or X? X. Ooh, I'm not on X. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll find it. Do you miss staying in Joburg, or do you think of moving to Pretoria, or do you think moving to Pretoria has been the best decision? Moving to Pretoria has been the best decision ever. Like ever, ever, ever. I like how slow going life is in Pretoria. Or maybe it's just where we stay. Because sometimes I get shocked when I leave the house and I go above and I get to the main road and I'm just like, why are there so many people on the road? Like, where are these people? Where have they been? Where are they going? So I don't know, maybe it's just where we stay, but I absolutely love how slow and easygoing life is here in Pretoria. It has been so good for me personally in my mental health to just slow down and just be here. Incredible. Every time I go to Joburg, it feels like an entire road trip. Like I have to plan my whole day. Like I'm going into the city. It still feels like I'm going into the city every time I go to Joburg or Midrand or whatever. Miss Burnbox says, girls, girls with Mac without breaking the bank. Yes, you see, you guys are my people. I love it. Anyway, you guys, we've been going for almost 2 hours. I need to see this Discam schedule. Now I'm worried. Is this real? What is the scandal about, you guys? These shops, I can't. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being good sports, for hanging out with me for almost 2 hours. You certainly have made my day feel so, so exciting. Usually I'm just sitting here by myself in silence or just watching a movie and working or something. But today has been super special and super exciting. So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. It is going to be saved. But when I end it here, I'm going to make it unlisted so that it can do the things it does. YouTube is a little too much maintenance sometimes, but I'm just going to unlist it. And then, in fact, you know what? No, I'm just going to let it go. It's going to be public. So if you missed it, like if you just joined, you can go ahead and rewatch the playback. It's going to be there forever. I'm not going to delete it. Oh, the scandal is about Sol de Janeiro. Okay. Is that how you pronounce it? Sol de Janeiro. What is Sol de Janeiro anyway? Are those beautiful products? Oh, they're selling. Ooh. Ooh, that's messy. Mm-mm-mm. Why would they do that? Maybe they were duped. Let's give them benefit of the doubt. Maybe they were duped or something. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you so much. It's been real, it's been fun. Let's do this again next month. We might end up doing another live, just a random one for whatever reason, because it's been so fun. But this one, the first Thursday of every month for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed for sure. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for making this day so exciting. Discam was even threatening one small creator about this. Wow, the audacity. I can't. Anyway, you guys, I have to go. I love you. Mwah. I will see you on the next one. Have a fabulous day and an even better weekend. Yeah, it's a Pusa Thursday today. So, bye, guys.